Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I'm here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of substance. What the heck? Substance? What do you mean? Well, I'm talking about the substance of what we're made out of. The substance, our ingredients, the things that make us who we are. We all have things that are happening, good, bad, the ugly. But how are you dealing with those things? What are you doing in those times when things feel like they're clamping down on you, or they feel that they're difficult for you? What are you doing? What is that component within yourself that is allowing you to deal with this? What is that? What is that substance within you? What collective group of substances are you made out of? Do you have understanding? Do you have consideration? Do you have tenacity? Do you have love in you? What are you made out of? Do you have bitter in you? Do you have, I'm going to get you back, eye for an eye type of mentality in you? What is in you? Do you have hatred? Do you have ego? Do you have jealousy? What are those things? Are you a person that can deal with the hurdles of life? What is that substance within you? Sometimes people think, well, you know what, I'm a really sweet person. I'm super sweet. And then they discover and find out at a later time that their sweetness actually prevented them from standing up for themselves in the times that they needed. They didn't draw off that. They just were very sweet. Being sweet is actually very nice. But you don't want to be so sweet for somebody else that works to their benefit and not for your own. Everything that we do needs to be for us on an individual basis first, prior to assisting somebody else. So if we're bitter, if we're mean, if we're grumpy, if we're kind of malicious, or we are infested with the rumor mindset to where we want to be a gossiper and create those elements of stirring up things to give yourself pleasure but to cause harm to somebody else. That's not good at all. So we're talking about substance. What substance are you made out of? Do you have a mixture? Do sometimes somebody just know how to push your buttons and know how to bring that out in you? Or is it something else? Are you just going through life thinking that I'll just be midstream, or I'll just go under the radar? Here I am. I'm under the radar, so nobody will notice me. What substance are you? Can you deal with things? Can you deal with things so that you learn from things? And then when you learn from things, are you growing from things? So this recipe of substance and who we are is something that we need. Who are you? What is your substance? Do you know that you can change your substance? You can change your circumstance. You can change your environment. All of this stuff can be changed. Some people think, I've always been like that. There ain't no change in me. Or that person over there, I told you, nobody will ever change that person. I would ever never want to be in a relationship where somebody's gonna think they're gonna change me. Whoa. Everything that we do should be for ourselves first, and then work to the advantage and the benefit of another individual. So when our mindset is cluttered with adverse things and of negativity, then we have less space and less room to create that higher levels of substance so that we could move forward to have an enriched life. So everything is in levels and in layers. So as we go deeper, or as we go higher, and we are aspiring, we're reaching up and we're aspiring for more, then we are growing. You can't just be like, and all of a sudden be up here. There has to be this level of growth that's going to take you from this level to this level, and then higher and higher and higher and higher, because it's about growth. So as we are doing things, we're developing a higher level of confidence in who we are and what our abilities actually are. And then we'll allow ourselves to continue to climb up and to do more advanced things for ourselves that work to the betterment of other people. So if we're gonna just hold back, and I'm like, I'm just gonna hold back. Gonna just hold back. Gonna hold on to my bitterness or my resentfulness or my ability just to be. You know what? Nobody wins, right? And you're sure not learning from the situation. You're still not growing. You're harboring and holding on to those bad things that have either happened to you or that you have inflicted or allowed on your own self. So when our substance and what we're made out of can radiate through us, then we're going to automatically have a better life. Your life will be better for allowing yourself to have that level of growth. Changing this substance, changing that recipe, changing that equation, changing that so that you can grow and be better. Be that better person. That person that is high functioning. Not just, I told that person they couldn't deal. They got all stressed out and they just had to run out of here. Sometimes we need to do that, but that needs to not be our status quo. That needs to not be who we are, and to be a relation of our identity and what it is that we are illustrating and we are showing to other people. So being able to handle tough things, or when you're getting squished, or these things are bad or happening, because bad things happen to good people all the time. But it's that person that can navigate themselves through that negative energy and learn from it. Sometimes you're going, whoa, this wasn't my deal. Why am I learning from this? And you're like, I don't know. You should be like, I don't know why. Just going to learn from it, whatever that means, and move on over and move past that energy so that I can have a better life. I don't know why we learn certain things. I don't know why we have certain amount of tests. I don't know why on a lot of things. But what I do know is who you are in the inside is going to navigate who you are on the outside, and that person that's a contributor to humanity. So it's through collectively, through our energies and allowing ourselves to have greater substance to where we can collectively join and link up with other high vibrational people to be a blessing, to be that amazing element within our society, within our community, within our country, within our planet. So allow yourself to do that. Seek within yourself to know, what are you made out of? What substance is in there? Do you have some toxic substances within you? Do you need to eliminate them? Do you know how to eliminate them? So that you could create space and to allow healthy, organic substances within yourself. That part within you that reflects your entire and your whole being. We need to try to overcome these things. It's within our mind and how we perceive things. But it's that lack of attention, it's that lack of moving forward, that stick-to-itness, that lack of that ability to just rise above, that lack of being an overcomer and putting forth this action that keeps us in the state of transition or the state of being stuck. Have you ever seen somebody and you're like, wow, they're doing great on their life right there, and then right there, that's great too, but right there, whoa, that part of their life is horrible. It's the substance. It's the ability to deal with things and things that have been thrown your way. It's that ability to be an overcomer. It's that ability to deal with stuff. Sometimes you hear people like, don't even worry about that. And then you go to bed at night and you're like, you can't sleep and it plagues you. It's because you haven't dealt with it. So when you deal with something and you process that and then you learn from it and then you grow from it, sometimes the energies are just so bad, you're just like, boy, I'm barely making it here. But you got to be a person of action and continue to navigate and pull through and pull out of those energies that are lower. So by doing that and pulling through that, that creates a stronger substance within you that has that element of overcoming. It's that substance within you that makes you bold and makes you strong. And it makes you so strong because you've weathered the storm. We can't help what happens to us, but we can always help what happens in us. And sometimes it's by the hair in our chinny chin chin, but we did it. And then we can look back and reflect on it and about those attributes of those things that helped us to get to another point. And then we can mount off of that and think, how could I improve this? What things should I have done? And then you can start to think, in the future, should I have a similar task or a similar situation? What is it that I can do to advance myself? Or if I was more like this, then I could do this. So then it allows you to do a mental shift in your mind and be like, from now on, I'm incorporating this over here. This attribute, from now on, I'm going to incorporate, I'm going to be more like this. This bad thing here that caused all the problems, or was it contributed to the problems, or made the problems worse, I'm getting rid of that. It's having that mental mindset to decide what substances are going to be within us. What is going to be that force that is going to make things better in our lives? When things are better and you could deal with stresses, you could deal with anxiety, you could deal with all of these type of emotions that are very real. When you learn how to deal with that, then you can navigate through those energies and move through it and be done. And have that level of peace that you were able to conquer and to learn from that. And then you had a level of growth from that. So that substance within you, and those substances can either be healthy or toxic. Yes, and it's true. You can have both at the same time. But wouldn't it be better to have the positive all the time. So when we go through and we treat it like a garden and we're like, gotta pull this weed, gotta take this out, this little thing right here, as little as it is, it's choking out this other thing here that's so beautiful, and that it is so dark, it is so ugly that it's just taking over that. Then remove it. Get it out of your life. Eliminate the negativity and the toxicity that's holding you back. Take it out of your life. Allow that space and that expansion to happen to where you can incorporate something that's a positive nature that's going to be highly beneficial. I'm Coach Susan with Big on Results Coaching. I want you to understand, and I want you to feel, and I want you to know that the substance that we have within ourselves, it is not necessarily imparted by another individual, but it's something that we have allowed to continue to have in our lives. It is present and is taking up residency because we have allowed it to be there. So if you want your life to be different and you want things to be very growth-minded, then you need to make some changes. Sometimes you think, well, I was on the great track over here. I was going great, and I was like plugging along, and I'm doing my things, and prosperity was everywhere. And then you look, and you're like, ooh, there was this one thing that happened, and I had a hard time dealing with it, so I swept it under the rug and didn't really deal with it because I thought, oh my gosh, it's too painful, just under the rug. And then I just kept going, and then all of a sudden it manifested in something else. And then I found that there was bitterness in my heart, and I would see somebody going, wow, look at them, and have all these ill thoughts towards another individual for their levels of prosperity. Or maybe it's just that they didn't have the same issues that you've had, or they're prospering in a particular area that you've always desired to be or used to have. I want to help you out. Please reach out to me if I can assist you in that way. It takes the mindset to create the shift. So allowing yourself to be different is from doing something different. So please reach out to me if I can assist you. Again, I'm Coach Susan with Big on Results Coaching, and I want you to have an amazing life. And it all can start now. Until next Monday.